Before we get started, a quick word from our sponsor, Community Financial's President CEO Tansley Stern podcast, Despite Impossible. Now on to the show. Studio Lounge interviews brought to you by Corelation, Interface AI, SwitchThink, Typhone, Westcom Resources, Connective, and Member Access Processing. Hey everybody, Mike Lawson here with CU Broadcast. Welcome back to our continued coverage of the 2025 Corelation Hybrid Client Conference here in beautiful San Diego, California. And in the Studio Lounge, we have Interface AI's very own Jack Chawla. Jack, how are you, sir? Good to see you.
I'm doing great.
Good. How is the conference going, sir? We're in the home stretch, actually. So
yeah, it's going really great. We enjoyed meeting with a lot of our customers and a lot of prospects.
Good. Yeah, that's exhibit hall in there. It's been a beehive of activity.
Right.
A lot of stuff going on in there.
Right.
So, well, I mean, how are you? My first question: how are you guys at Interface AI working with the fine folks at Corelation? How's that integration work?
Yeah. So what we do requires integration with the core, and one of the core we closely work with is Corelation. So that's the reason we are here. We wanted to kind of come here and let people know the integration we have with Corelation and also meet our existing customers.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so what interface.ai does is automates the incoming phone calls and also provides transactions on the chat on the mobile website, right? So if somebody asks, what is my account balance, I want to transfer money, all that needs to be done in Corelation. So we securely connect to Corelation, authenticate the user, and do those kind of transactions either on the phone or through the chat.
Easy peasy, easy. Yeah, you guys are doing such a great job in that area.
Right.
So, and share with me. Give me. Speaking of Interface AI, I should have asked this first.
Right.
Give us the quick elevator speech on Interface AI. Who are you guys, and then how do you guys help out credit unions, especially in the AI world?
Yeah. So interface.ai focuses on kind of a banking AI platform. On top of that, we have three solutions: AI Voice, AI Chat, and Employee AI. So we've been at this for almost 10 years, and we are totally focused on credit unions and community banks, right? So the founder of the company kind of comes from the banking background in India, and is kind of mission driven to basically make it easy for credit unions to have similar kind of capabilities as big banks. So we have about 100 customers using our solution right now.
Good for you guys.
Our kind of the solution which has been around for the longest is around automating voice. We call it AI Voice. So generally when member calls into the contact center, there's generally an IVR. So you say press 1 to go to this group, press 2. So there are a number of problems with that. One is if the volume of call is high, then the wait time gets very high, right? And if people call after the office hours, you generally don't help them, or you give them to the outsourcers, right? Then a lot of questions are very repetitive, right? So the idea is that AI Voice is smart enough to handle this simple repetitive questions, even fairly complex questions easily. So why not give the ability for the member to interact with AI without having to wait at all? Why not give them ability to interact with AI 24/7, but always make it easy for them to connect to an agent, right? So as you know, some people are not ready to talk to AI yet. They want to talk to human beings.
They will.
Let them, right? Let them. So we are not suggesting that you force people to use AI just because you want to save costs. We are suggesting that AI is complementary to your human contact center, and some people will simply use it because they know that they can get fast answers.
Oh, for sure.
And they know that the certain issues is best handled with a human, then they can escalate to that. So it's kind of allowing you to fulfill your kind of member service needs, kind of without being like a big bank and saying, hey, we won't talk to you till you talk to AI. You just let it be there as a tool, and let it coexist with your human agents, and you'll find that the members will naturally go towards that, and it will kind of obviously save you operational cost, but at the same time make the member experience much better.
That's what I was thinking. I'm glad you went that way, because I mean this really frees up the member service representative to do the more in-depth, maybe sometimes challenging
calls,
Right.
as opposed to just the what's my balance, what's the routing number, that type of stuff that
Right.
AI can handle very, very easily. So,
Yeah.
and again, and it just really enhances that member experience that
Exactly.
you're talking about.
So that's the voice part, right? Then we also do AI chat. So as you know, a lot of people prefer to start their journey
That's where I start.
digitally,
That's
right?
where I start,
Me
yeah.
too as well, right? And then in the big bank world, when you go to their mobile apps or the website, there's always a conversational chatbot sitting there helping you. Like for example, Bank of America has Erica, right? So credit unions, and then there's this whole movement, generation wealth being transferred from older generation boomers to the generation X and so on, and they are kind of mostly digital first, right? So it is imperative for the credit unions to figure out how to provide similar services like big banks on their digital properties, websites and mobile app, right? So the idea is that all the things we are doing on the voice, we can easily do it on the chat as well, on the digital side.
Yeah.
But chat also has other properties in the sense that people come there to kind of, not only your members, but prospective members come to your website to really learn, and they want to look at your brand and see whether they want to join. And then those members, especially the younger generation, are used to having ability to easily find the answer by simply typing the question, like ChatGPT kind of experience.
Yeah.
So we provide that experience, like before the PIN, before you're authenticated, you can discover stuff. We call it AI search. So it's similar to ChatGPT, like a bank GPT. Then transactions, which can be done on the phone, can be done digitally. A lot of people prefer to say, what is my account balance digitally rather than having to call.
Yeah.
And then also, if you're kind of acquiring members or you're providing loans to the existing members, then you want ability to convert them by, like people are filling out forms. So our AI for conversion can kind of be on top of your forms and can guide the customer to say, for example, if you're applying for a loan and say, what is the VIN number? Not many people know what VIN number is, right? So you want to kind of prompt them saying, this is the VIN number, you will find it here, and so on and so forth. So every field can have a guidance, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we do on the AI chat side. And then finally, on the employee AI side,
I was going to ask you about that.
yeah. So that's a big thing, right? People co-pilot for the humans.
Because a lot of times we forget about, I mean, we're so focused, I'm not saying credit unions do this, but a lot of folks are so focused on the end user, the customer,
Right.
or in this case, the member, which is fine, but then we forget about the staff. 'Cause
Exactly.
they have to operate just as efficiently, just as effectively for those members to be happy. So I'll let you continue with, with the employee part of this.
To your point, now that AI is doing simple things, the things which are coming to employees are actually complex. So they need help, right? So generally when you talk to the credit union, they'll say, oh, our staff generally talks to somebody who has been around for a long time, Mary in the back who has been around for 15 years, and you try to figure out the answers from there, or you go to the supervisor to find the answer, right? But again, there's an easy way to do it. Employee AI basically looks at all your policies and procedure documents and understands them, similar to like ChatGPT understands the internet, but the data is very secure. It is kind of we don't use ChatGPT to kind of understand the document. We have our own LLM equivalent.
Yeah.
So we understand the document, and when you ask the question in plain English. We give the answer in plain English, but it's fully grounded. So whenever the answer comes in, you can always say source, and it will bring us a document where we got the answer from.
Really?
Right?
Oh, cool. Very cool. And you can also, I'm assuming you can
You
chat
just type
with a chat thing as well, chat interface?
Exactly. It's similar to chatting on the website. It's similar kind of interface. It sits within your call center application and so on, right? And then we go beyond that as well, because as you know, like in the call center or in the branches, a lot of time you're going to a specific application to do a specific action. For example, lock the card. You go into the card application, change the address. You go into 2 or 3 applications to change the address, right? So why not automate that as well? So we do actions as well. So let's say I'm sitting in the contact center and somebody says, hey, I want to lock my card, I lost it. Let's say you're new, you simply type it into the employee AI user interface saying lock card, it will come back with the answer saying, here is our policy. And by the way, here is this button you can click on, and I will automatically do it for you, right? So you save time. You don't switch, right? So that's basically what we're trying to do.
Okay, and now that employee experience translates into a better member experience because they're so closely tied, right? So love the philosophy behind all this type of stuff. So where are we going with this? I mean, without divulging any top secret information or anything like that, where are we going with what you guys are providing, credit unions, what you just explained? What's on the horizon here for the rest of the year?
So as you know, AI is evolving very, very fast. A lot of smart people are doing amazing things with the AI. One other thing which is happening in the industry is called agentic AI, right? So agentic AI takes action on behalf of the user. Okay. So now the question is, how do you apply it to the credit unions and community banks? So this is exactly where we're going, is figuring out how to take the agentic AI and apply it to the business, the credit union use cases. So let's take a very simple use case. I'm a Gen Z student, and I'm looking to kind of figure out what credit card I should go for. This is my first credit card. I come to the website, I do a search saying I'm a student and I like points because I like to travel when I have time. Suggest a card for me, right? You type this in a normal English, the answer comes back and says, I think this is a perfect card for you and this is the reason. So it does the reasoning, right? Then as a student, if you like that offer, then the next step is you want to apply, right? So in a non-agentic way, you'll click on apply and then you have to fill out the whole form. Now you can say, let's give it the agentic way, saying, do you want to apply? You say yes. Then we obviously from the core figure out if he's an existing member, we can figure out the information. If not, we can say, hey, do you mind uploading your electricity bill? We can get a lot of information from it and we will fill it for you. And then you can look at the form which is already filled for you and you can simply hit submit, right? So similar to like in the consumer world, if I want to travel, I can say I want to travel to, let's say, Brazil, and go to all the different websites and figure out the best and
that's a lot of research,
me, right? So it's the same thing, like going from information to action. This is a very simple use case. The complex use case can be, I want to plan for my kids' education. Let's do financial planning, right? So we do deep reasoning, saying, okay, do you want to send your kid to public school or private school? How old is your kid? Let's project what the tuitions will be in 10 years. Let's see how much money you have. Do you have money in some other account? We can bring the information from there. We can look at all the data points and come back with a plan saying, okay, this is what we recommend, that you should save this much, you should open 529 account, and similar to the previous use case, you can say, okay, this plan look good, I need to open the 529 account for myself, in my name and my wife's name, and maybe I want to invite my parents as well to contribute. Then you can take those actions directly. The agentic AI can kind of take action for it. The other use case might be how much money I'm spending on food, how much money I'm spending on streaming, right? To do that manually is very, very hard. Doing it only on kind of one account is also hard, but if you want to see it across multiple accounts and multiple credit cards, it's almost impossible, right? So the agentic AI can come in there, it can log in for you, figure out, okay, what are the expenses which contribute to food. It can go and log into another account which might not be with the credit union, bring the information from there as your agent, right? And then kind of give you the summary saying, okay, this is how much you're spending on food category, for example, right? So that makes your life so much easier from planning and so on and so forth, right? So this is the kind of the beauty of agentic AI.
Yeah, and I can't wait for like a year from now when we're having the same conversation, what the conversation is going to be like. I'm saying it's going to be totally different,
right?
Or significant evolution, is what we're talking about right now. So yeah, really exciting on this fast-moving topic that's sweeping the industry, and you guys at Interface AI are right there on top of it. So yeah, good stuff, Jack. Anything else to add here before I let you go for the rest of the show here?
No, I mean, in general, people are excited about doing something around AI, but also hesitant because the security and so on and so forth. So, I mean, we have 100 customers who are already using it.
Good.
Which kind of tells you that...
we're going to have some use cases, some proof that this stuff is really working. I think that's what a lot of people are looking for.
Yes. And then the ROI is amazing, like irrespective whether you do use our AI or some other vendor's AI, but look at the ROI of the solution. Not only the hard saving from the operational perspective, but also the member experience, right? So my kind of appeal to the industry is really get behind it, find the right vendor for you, and then get it done, because it's a really amazing. I mean, AI has become really, really amazing. It's not the chatbot of the olden days kind of technology.
Good point.
This is time to take action.
Yes, it has evolved quite a bit, and it's only going to get better and better too.
Exactly.
That's the beauty of it. All right, Jack. Well, thank you so much for your time, and congrats on all the success at Interface AI. And we look forward to chatting again down the road.
Okay, thank you so much.
Bring on some credit unions as well. That'd be fun too.
Sure. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Studio Lounge interviews brought to you by Corelation, Interface AI, SwitchThink, Typhone, Westcom Resources, Connective, and Member Access Processing. A quick word from our sponsor, Community Financial's present CEO, Tansley Stern's new podcast, Despite Impossible.